things you ought to know but people don't tell you about university. This shit is what you should know, but the thing is, people should know about this beforehand, before going to university, but they don't give you. This is the stuff people should tell you about university, but they don't tell you. But you ought to know this, but before you make that move to sign up for that university stuff. But the first point is, university is not a place where you have a lot of sexual interaction. It's not a place that it doesn't happen. Everyone's busy there. There's a lot of different personalities, and not everyone gets along. It's a place where a lot of people are doing. There's a lot of things going on, and you should really focus on what you need to, what your goals and what your goals and aims are really. So just stick to what you got to do, and you should be okay. Friends for life. They say this crap about university. We have friends for life. Bull crap. Rubbish. Nothing. No. They're not. No. You might make some friends. You might make a lot of friends. Are all of them friends for life? No, not at all. No. Also, the other thing is that people be busy. They drop out. And not everyone makes it to the third year. It'd be like, oh, where's John? John's not here. He's gone. He's dropped out. It happens. It happens to a lot of people. And the other thing is, be prepared. Be prepared to study your ass off, because it is hard doing a degree. And you've got to be financially prepared for this stuff. Financially prepared to cut whatever you need to cut to get to the end of the year with some money, or maybe no money. Maybe you just make it there. And you have to be prepared financially. Budget yourself. Don't spend on unnecessary things. That's what you should remember. Don't spend on unnecessary things. If you don't need it, don't get it. I read a book one time about someone starting a business, and they were like, oh, if we didn't need it, then we wouldn't get it. Yeah. It's good to buy a good laptop. But travel light. You're not gonna need everything that you bring. Let's put it that way. Yeah, you're not gonna do it. Lecturers, right? Some lecturers help, some don't. They're there if you need them. Some are very useful, but they offer limited help. Let's put it that way. Right. Thick skin. Yeah, develop some thick skin. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Develop some thick skin. Here's a little thing I found out about loans. So basically, they say you only start paying off a loan when you earn 21,000. But what they don't tell you is there's a threshold. So you've got to get above that threshold before you can start paying it back, and then you start paying it back at 9%. Okay, so I'll work it out for you guys here right now. So basically, if you earn 26,000, you're paying back £450 a year. Right? Let me make this for you guys. So the threshold is the threshold is £1,481. So you have to get over £1,481, start paying it back. So if you're earning £2,481, you have to minus that by the threshold, which is £1,481. So you have £1,000. So that £1,000 is then you have to work out 9% of £1,000, which is 90. and so you'd have to be paying £90 a month, which in a year would be £1,080. So you're literally paying off the interest and a bit more. It's not a lot of money to be, and £2,481 that's a good amount of money to have in a month. Some people don't even make that much, so something to look into. Right. Okay, some things university is great for, like engineering. Okay, so amazing for engineering. Not so much for English and media. I mean, what are you going to do with an English degree, right? I mean, I wouldn't know where to begin to look for a job for something like that. And so, not all the subjects are, let's say, equal. Some are more in demand, some are less in demand, some pay better than others, some don't pay as good as others. So, not all the degrees are equal like that. When you go university, you want to pick a subject you are passionate about, you like to do a lot. You're going to stick with this thing for 3 years. 3 years is a long time to study a subject hardcore, and that's what you're going to be doing there. It's you've got to, or if you're not passionate about it, at least be good at the subject. Okay, so ideally you want to have both. You want to be good at the subject and be passionate about it. So yeah, right. When you go university, you probably shouldn't let the environment overwhelm you too much. Get some good lodgings. Look at places where you can study, where you have a place to study. Maybe you shouldn't get something too nice where, like, oh my goodness, it's so nice. Go for something which is at your level. Okay, I'm not saying you should go into a dump. You should just look at, yeah, I can study here. It's not too fancy. It's not too bad. It's okay. If you want to pick some place fancy, go ahead and do that. I'm just saying. Right, and in the environment, the university environment is some place where you can get overwhelmed. It's definitely a very overwhelming place. There's lots of people there. There's different personalities. This is important. When you go and look for a place at university, look for a place which says all the bills are all inclusive. You don't want to be in that situation where you've got to pay the bills and one guy says, I don't want to pay the bills, and then it's like a domino effect, right? One person's going to say, another person's going to say, suddenly everyone's like, forget it. You want to have bills all inclusive. You don't want to worry about bills. You want to make whatever deals you got to make with the landlord and such. Get them and get it done. Don't be messing about over there. Okay, it's the serious stuff. You've got to take it seriously. Don't be doing that thing. Right, and when you do go to university, maybe this is something you should look into. Like sectors that are in demand, like computing is in demand, health sectors, occupational therapists, psychologists, engineers are pretty much at the top. Teachers, sales executives, designers, these people are in demand a lot. Digital designer gets averagely about 39,000. Teacher gets about 29,000 averagely, and sales executive about 28,000, and we got down here developer, 43,000. These are good wages. These are really good wages. 42,000 is a lot. Right, people don't understand how much hard work goes into university. students may underestimate it, other people may underestimate it. Uh, until you're there, you're not gonna, you're not gonna, first year you can mess about a bit, second year, okay, but the stuff is gonna hit the fan, and it's gonna hit the fan in a really big way. Let's put it like that. Don't do your work late. Don't do that. Okay, there you go. Right. Serious. Be serious. Be realistic. Okay, and at the end of the day, it all comes down to getting a job. Okay, be realistic about your job goals, and aiming high is nice. It's not always. Some people say aim for the stars and you might reach the moon. I don't know about that one, but it's whatever. Right, it all comes down to getting a job though. At the end of the day, you've got to think about university as this is an investment. I'm looking for a job. I need a job, and at the end of the day, you go to university to get a really good job. And at the end of the day, you may go into this at some point, like thinking it's all fun and games, but at some point you need to think seriously about what you want to do for the maybe the rest of your life. You got to start thinking about it soon, quickly, and not all subjects are easy to find. What people want to do, like English literature. Like I said, what the hell do you do with that? Even like a field like international relations, what kind of job do you get out of that? You have to think very seriously about this stuff. You have to think very wherever you can maybe get it. You might have to move somewhere else. Don't be afraid to move somewhere else. Be prepared to do whatever you got to do. When you're prepared, it comes from your gut. You've got to be ready to chop the arms off to save the body or something like that. And all comes down to getting this job, and you've got to think about it seriously at the end of the year. When it's all done, you've got to think about it very seriously. So that's right. And of course, I forgot to say this, being prepared. Right. Just when you do go into this stuff, don't be afraid. Everyone's afraid at the beginning anyway. Let's just say, quicker you settle into it, the better. And people shouldn't be afraid to be who they are in university. They should be, the most authentic people usually get furthest in life. I think that's a good way to think about it. So, yeah, and it may require a long time to acquire this knowledge and stuff, but at the end of the day, the results will be indefinitely a lot more. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what else to say.